About 11 years ago, Julie and I had reached a point where we felt we could not continue our 10 years of marriage at that time. And I characterize it now by saying we had begun to buy into the lies and live by the beliefs and values of society. It's all about the job and the money and all the things you could do with that money. And after living about 6 years of our marriage relationship on that track, it just literally took us spiraling downward. And again, we reached a point where we felt that we had to get a divorce. Now, let me back up a little bit and tell you about where I come from. My parents converted to the faith when I was in the 3rd grade. And immediately I became an altar server. My brother and I served the altar, went to CCD at the time. And despite all of that, I still never had a full grasp and understanding of my Catholic faith. I took that same mentality on with me into high school and eventually into college, which is actually where Julie and I met. Again, it was much of what I felt when I saw Julie the first time. And so we dated for three years, and I got out of college, graduated, and we got married. And I joined, again, the United States Army. My first duty station was Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and this was an exciting time because we relocated to Fort Bragg, and all we had was each other, no friends, no family. And I guess we did a pretty good job focusing on this new relationship because 10 months later, we welcomed to the world our first child. After three and a half years in Denver, we moved back to Austin, Texas. I got a job in pharmaceutical sales. And all of a sudden, I had this awesome job, excellent commission structure, nice bonuses, company car, expense account, all these different things. But all of a sudden, this job allowed me to make the money that allowed us to be able to finance many of the dreams and goals that we had. In fact, we used to keep this little, what we call a dream book. And in that book, we cut out pictures of homes that we like, appliances that we like, the trips we like to take, the cars, and all these different things. And fortunately, and unfortunately, we began to attain a lot of those things. And again, that next 6 years, it's like not only did we not stop to be thankful to God for what he had blessed us with, we wanted more. Because then as we began to get more, our relationship became more and more miserable. And so we thought, well, in order to fix that, we'll just get more stuff. We'll take more trips. And again, the more we began to accumulate, still the more unhappier I became. And so one day, I finally mustered up enough guts and courage to be able to kind of share with Julie where I was in the relationship. What a mistake that was.
Yeah. Don't laugh so hard. Yeah, not a very supportive wife, right? I didn't know how to be a supportive wife because I can recall the day he called me into the room and told me how miserable he was. My first thought was, what is his problem? I mean, what's wrong? The first thought in my head was, oh my gosh, have I married the wrong person? I mean, what about all these things that we're getting? What about all our dreams that we're acquiring? I mean, come on. I mean, once we get that next house and the next car, we'll really be happy then. So I thought. Back up to where also Greg said that, yes, I came from a very devout Catholic family. I knew it was important to not miss Mass, but I didn't understand either the whys of my faith. So when we got married and lived in Austin, Texas, I can remember the alarm going off. I would wake Greg up. Come on, come on, come on. We got to get the kids ready. We got to go to Mass. Hurry, come on. We went, and I was, such a relief, because I wanted to make sure that if we didn't go, I knew my mom and dad in Denver, Colorado would find out we were not going. A day in the life of Julie, me, would be waking up at 4:30 in the morning to go work out for an hour and a half, come home in a rush to get the kids ready for daycare, put them in daycare all day long till 6 o'clock, right before it closed. Oh, that's not it. It gets better.
Or worse.
Yeah, worse. Pick them up from daycare, take them back to the workplace where they had a fun daycare. Oh, but before I went there, I would take them through McDonald's drive-thru to get them a Happy Meal, because that would make them happy. They love those little toys. Put them in daycare so I could work out again or make more sales, because I couldn't disappoint my boss. Go home at 9:30 at night, put him in bed so I could get up and do it the next day. And I'm wondering why he's miserable. So the relentless pursuit continued. The money I made was more money than I ever thought I'd make in my life, but that wasn't enough. So finally I was offered a job in San Antonio, Texas, an hour and a half commute from Austin. I took the job because it was more money. I mean, come on, I was in competition with it was the Millennium Woman thing. I was going to prove to people I was going to be a millionaire and show them what a real woman was about. So I took the job in San Antonio. Went back and forth every day, and the commute got a little tiresome. So I decided to live in San Antonio and come visit with Greg and the kids on Wednesdays and on the weekends. And one Wednesday, I was greeted at the door, and Greg just told me, he said, you know, I am tired. I said, I know, I am exhausted. I cannot wait to go to bed in my own home. He said, no, you don't understand. I'm emotionally tired. I'm done. I think we need to get a divorce.